This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Kentucky Morning start right here on WKYT. Good to have you with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. It's Wednesday, May the 4th. Be with you.
Right, May 4th. Here we are. Hump
I said
day.
it right.
Yeah, now 6:31 on WKYT. Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders is coming to Lexington today, and it's fresh off an upset win for him in Indiana. WKYT with live coverage ahead.
The latest on the search for a gunman accused of carjacking a woman overnight in Lexington.
And a message from rapper 50 Cent to the family of a Kentucky airport worker that he insulted.
And we're looking for a couple of showers out toward the southeast, but the bulk of the rain comes later on this afternoon. The main story this morning, the feel. It's 47 degrees right now in Lexington, 46 in Mount Sterling and Danville. I'm going to talk about when that rain moves on in. I'm going to show you and break it down for you in just a few minutes.
And the latest from WKYT News, the 2016 presidential contenders are turning their focus squarely to Kentucky and the other remaining nominating contests following last night's Indiana primary.
Donald Trump's big victory in the state, along with Ted Cruz's exit from the race, puts him on track to becoming the Republican presidential nominee. Democrat Bernie Sanders is vowing to press on after pulling off an upset win over front-runner Hillary Clinton. In fact, he's already looking ahead to Kentucky's primary and will hold a rally in Lexington tonight.
WKYT's Mark Barber kicking off our campaign 2016 coverage live now outside Heritage Hall. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. In 12 hours, voters will be packing into Heritage Hall here in downtown Lexington to feel the burn. The Vermont senator who is capturing the votes of young Democrats is now hoping to sweep Kentucky like he took Indiana last night. Bernie Sanders' rally will start at 7 tonight, and the doors will open here at 4. The senator, who has centered his platform around starting a political revolution, campaigned in Louisville last night. He talked about his plans for health care and how he would fix what he describes as a rigged economy. When Sanders started speaking about his plan to lay out a path to citizenship, he was joined by some undocumented immigrants who support his immigration reform policy.
There are 11 million undocumented people in this country, and I have talked to many of them. All right, there's one right here.
Hillary Clinton is also courting voters in Kentucky this week. She has more delegates by far, but Sanders is holding on tight, and he is now bringing the fight for the Democratic nomination to Kentucky. Our primary is May 17th. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. Now, new this morning, Lexington police are looking for the man who they say carjacked a woman in a parking lot. The crime happened on Center Parkway, but police found the victim's car on East 3rd Street after it crashed into a building at Shropshire Avenue. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live this morning with this crime alert. Caitlin?
Good morning, Michelle. Frightening moments this morning, just hours ago, when a woman says a man pointed a gun at her and then stole her car. Now, police are saying they actually witnessed a person in that same car crash into a building, and that's when they say he took off. Now, details are few and a little bit convoluted still this morning, but here's what we know so far. It was around 2:30 on Center Parkway this morning when a woman said her car was stolen at gunpoint. She said this guy was wearing a black hoodie, either tie-dye jeans or sweatpants paired with a bright yellow-colored hat. A call went over the radio for the stolen car, and that's when police say they witnessed a driver jump out of the car before it crashed into a building at 3rd and Shropshire. No damage to the building, but the car had to be towed because it had so much damage. Police say they witnessed the man take off, and while canines were out, they found a gun. Now, police are still looking for this man. We told they do have some leads. Live in Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
All right, Caitlin, thank you very much. The Fayette County Coroner's Office says it is not ready at this point to release the name of a man who was killed in a motorcycle crash on UK's campus. We just checked a bit ago. Police say this crash happened into a concrete wall on South Upper Street between Bolivar and Scott Streets last night. They're still investigating the cause of the crash. Again, we've just called the coroner's office. We're told more details will be sent out at about 7:30 or so this morning. So we'll push that out on the web and social media and our updates during CBS this morning. Also on the UK campus, police are investigating a robbery. UK sent out a campus alert just before 11 o'clock last night saying that a weapon was used in a robbery near Memorial Hall. The all clear was given about 15 minutes later. We've called UK police about that. We have not been given any more information about what happened there.
A man accused of murdering a 6-year-old during a home invasion in Woodford County is expected to be in court today. Ronald Exantis has pleaded not guilty to murder, burglary, and assault charges following a grand jury indictment. In December, police say he killed Logan Tipton and injured other members of the boy's family. Investigators have yet to figure out why Exantis, who is from Indianapolis, was in Kentucky the night of the murder. Today, the Fayette County Health Department plans to put its mosquito fighting task force to work. The health department will be targeting hot spots where they've received the most complaints about mosquitoes over the last 2 years. Starting today, they will go door to door in those areas looking for standing water and helping homeowners keep mosquitoes away. There is more concern over mosquitoes this year because of the Zika virus. Now, the health department says there have been 6 confirmed Zika cases in Kentucky.
Today, a judge could decide whether to drop a lawsuit against Governor Matt Bevin. Bevin was sued by Attorney General Andy Beshear when the governor cut funding to higher education through his own executive order. Beshear says the governor overstepped his authority. Bevin's attorneys argue that there are statutes allowing the governor's actions. They're asking a judge to dismiss the suit, and we'll be in court today. We'll let you know the outcome of today's hearing on that.
Rapper 50 Cent has apologized for mocking a worker at the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky airport. In a video that went viral, the rapper accuses the worker, Andrew Farrell, of being high on drugs. But Farrell's family says he deals with autism and social anxiety. Now, in a letter sent to the family, 50 Cent said the incident stemmed from a, quote, unfortunate misunderstanding. He also asked the family to accept his apology. The family says it has done just that. Investigators want to know if a fire that destroyed a large Scott County home is connected to 3 recent cases of arson. No one was hurt in yesterday's fire on Browns Mill Road, but neighbors say a dog died in that fire. There have been 3 other cases of arson in the last week in Jessamine and Garrett counties. Investigators say it is possible that all of the fires are connected.
Time now is 6:38 as you get up and stirring here on this Wednesday morning with us on WKYT. New this morning, an eastern Kentucky teenager is recovering after being badly injured in a crash. Police say 16-year-old Callie Smith lost control of her car and hit a utility pole in Knott County. Friends say she was on her way to get her hair styled for the prom. Callie is a student at Knott Central High School. Her friends say they're doing what they can at this point to support her.
This year we really got close, and she just meant so much to me. I mean, anytime I was down, you could just look at her and she'd give you a funny face or something, and she'd just bring you up.
Callie is at UK Hospital now. Friends say she has been taken off of a ventilator and is starting to show some signs of improvement. And of course, we hope that that continues. Well, murder, the U.S. Navy, and the Big Easy. You put all that together and you get the hugely popular show that is NCIS New Orleans.
Yes, you do. WKYT was recently invited to get a behind-the-scenes look at the show. The crime drama follows naval criminal investigators working on military crimes, and it's shot entirely in New Orleans. The actors say they love that they get to show off such an incredible city, but to do so, they put in long hours. It takes 8 days of 12 to 15-hour shifts just to shoot one episode, but they say it's worth it.
The people here are fantastic. We're very well received and loved around the city from the locals, and then we have all the tourists come in and they all watch the show. So being on a popular show like this, we get a lot of attention wherever we go.
Now, the cast and the crew won't have much downtime once the show wraps up this season. NCIS New Orleans has already been picked up for a 3rd season by CBS. Shooting for that season should start in July. You can see the full behind-the-scenes look on WKYT.com or by downloading the WKYT News app.
Makes you appreciate it even more knowing the effort that goes into making it.
That's a lot of work, right?
Yeah, right.
So the Run for the Roses is Saturday, as you know, but there will be a different kind of race on the river tonight.
Rolling on the river, the Belle of Louisville and the Belle of Cincinnati will battle it out on the Ohio in the annual Great Steamboat Race later today. The Belle of Louisville has won the last 2 years in a row, and the prize? Silver-plated antlers. But it's one of those things, you know.
Kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, what's the prize?
Well, it's having that, you know,
Yeah.
That's the bragging rights.
It is the bragging
big
rights.
thing. And a lot of folks gather there on the shore as well as actually in other boats along the river. So it should be a fun time over
I'm
there.
kind of caught up on the fact that I thought you were about to break out in song.
Oh, rolling on the river, yeah.
Okay, let's
Good.
check to see how
Nice
traffic's
and easy,
moving along
yeah.
this morning, right? Hopefully nice and easy.
Right, let's check in with Officer Don. He never does anything nice and easy. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Well, this morning we're doing it nice and easy, on the circle at least. There are no wrecks, and we had that stalled car that was on the exit ramp from the outer loop to Richmond Road. It's been moved out of the way, so with both lanes open, that ramp's moving a lot better. Getting a live look outside, you can see some construction downtown happening, but not a whole lot of commotion around that. As far as our drive times are concerned, coming in from Nicholasville, we're still looking at a pretty short hop, 12 minutes or so at the most. From Winchester, it's about the same deal. And traffic's moving okay right now from Richmond. 33 minutes to get from Richmond across the Clays Ferry Bridge. Not too bad. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, good ride in for everybody. Let's hope it stays that way. Thank you so much, Don. It's 6:42, WKYT this morning on the air with all the latest.
It's a sport that lets people feel the thrill of flying without leaving their seats. We'll show you how drone racing is taking off to new heights.
Of course.
Yes. I don't know if I...
Couple of showers down toward the southeast. We have the bulk of the rain headed our direction. I'm going to go over the timing on this, how you can plan your day around this rain. That's coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're staying mostly dry and also a little bit chilly this morning. Temperatures in the 40s for many locations, 46 degrees in Danville. You go into Liberty, go into Dunville, we're in the 40s too. Monticello coming in at 49 degrees. Good morning to you guys in Adair County and Russell County. Not leaving you out this morning. Good morning to you guys, Taylor County and Marion, holding on to temperatures there in the 40s. Then we work our way eastbound, West Liberty, going to Frenchburg, work your way southbound into the Mountain Parkway, Slade Community. Go all the way southbound into say, Sand Gap, and also work your way Big Hill region and also Jackson McKee. Things are looking good, but let me tell you this. It is a little bit cool as you walk out and about early this morning. A couple of showers down toward the southeast. None of that causing many issues. This is heading over the mountains as we speak. And look, you're going to have now through noontime a chance of rain at about 30%. It's not a great chance, but a couple of pop-up showers are possible. The heaviest amount of rain actually comes later on in the day. We're talking anywhere from 10 a.m. to noontime is when we expect it right along the 71 corridor, and that work your way northbound into Trimble and also Carroll, Gallatin, Henry, Owen. That area, watch the hour-by-hour forecast. This is going to help you plan out your day now, so check this out. There is your rain chance, right? There's noontime. Go off towards, say, 2, 3 p.m. Then you're talking about it in the Bluegrass north and down toward the Cumberland region. Then you head off towards your 4 or 5 p.m. and you're talking about it over toward east and southeastern Kentucky, still holding on to some rain chances back toward the west. It looks like a pretty soggy day. Now, you will not see severe weather today. I don't expect that at all. However, because it's so cool, that freezing level is pretty low, so any hail that falls will be able to reach the ground. Very small hail, though. There isn't a lot of instability going on, so small hail is a possibility of falling out of this, but just don't expect severe storms out of this with any large hail. Heavy downpours, also a little bit of lightning. You'll get a couple of rumbles of thunder as it travels on through. That pushes on out a couple of wraparound showers there for tomorrow morning with temperatures in the lower 40s. Another really chilly morning tomorrow morning. No frost issues, definitely no freeze issues, but still you're talking about pretty chilly conditions tomorrow. And then we head towards your afternoon, 50s. With a little rain, even some gusty winds, that is not going to feel good tomorrow. So Friday, we take a break from the rain, and it actually looks really good on Friday with all the Oaks Day plans and going out to the ball fields. Saturday and Sunday, here's the deal on Saturday. Let's talk about this because this is Derby Day. It's a big day, a lot of parties going on, a lot of festivities. It looks mainly dry. I'm not seeing much of a chance of rain, if any at all. However, I just can't rule out a passing light shower, especially late in the day. Anywhere from about 6 p.m. to about 9 p.m. is when you could see that. So much of your day stays dry. You have the green light. Stick to your plans. Do not cancel anything. Sunday is when we start to see a few storms roll on through. So guys, really the main focus, obviously, yes, we're going through the day today, and yes, with the showers and thunderstorms, yes, it's going to be chilly tomorrow. But Friday and Saturday, what everybody's looking forward to. Are we going to see dry weather? As of right now, Friday looks good. Don't see much of a chance of rain, but that Saturday, maybe late in the day, maybe a passing shower. But remember, it's a passing shower. It's not going to affect us all that much. Stick to your plans.
All right, pretty
good. As long
good.
as it's after the big race.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's right. And after Proud Mary, right. All right, 6:49 on WKYT this morning.
Drone pilots are competing in a new high-tech sport that's taking off around the world.
The pilots steer custom-built quadcopters through an obstacle course that speeds up to 60 miles per hour. They wear first-person view goggles that let them see from the drone's perspective. To compete, you need a fast drone, quick reflexes, and really good hand-eye coordination as well. It looks like fun.
It does look like fun. You know what? It looks like a live video game.
Yeah, just had to be. You know, we knew this that was probably coming. Keep it here on WKYT this morning for our top stories coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, we'll have more news when we come back.
Welcome back into WKYT this morning as you get your Wednesday underway on WKYT 652. We're working right now to learn more about the man who was killed in a motorcycle crash on the UK campus.
The Fayette County Coroner's Office says it's not ready to release the man's name. Police say the man crashed into a concrete wall on South Upper Street between Boulevard and Scotch Streets last night. We just called the Coroner's Office and we're told more details will be sent out at 7:30 this morning. Also on the UK campus, police are investigating a robbery. UK sent out a campus alert just before 11 last night saying that a weapon was used in a robbery near Memorial Hall. The all clear was given 15 minutes later. We called UK police, but we were not giving much information about what happened.
The Navy SEAL who was killed in Iraq by a member of ISIS has now been identified. Arizona native Charles Keating IV died during a firefight between militants and Kurdish troops. The 31-year-old is the third American killed in the U.S.-led fight against the Islamic State. The FBI says a man in Michigan has admitted to spraying poison on produce at several grocery stores in the state. Authorities have not given the man's name, but they say an investigation indicates he sprayed a mixture of hand cleaner, water, and mouse poison on produce and open food bars at 3 Ann Arbor stores within the last couple of weeks. State officials say they do not anticipate adverse health effects for those who may have eaten the potentially contaminated food.
The History Channel is looking to bring the story of Mexican drug lord known as El Chapo to the small screen. History is developing a scripted drama series called #Cartel. The network says the show will look at Joaquin Guzman's rise to power in Mexico and how Mexican drug cartels use social media to recruit members and take on rivals. Guzman was taken into custody in early January after escaping from a prison for a second time. The operators of Graceland say the Memphis tourist attraction centered on the life and music of Elvis Presley just had its 20 millionth paid visitor. Elvis Presley lived at Graceland for 20 years before he died in 1977. Tours of Graceland began in 1982. Now, no matter if you use social media in this galaxy or in one far, far away, it's time to get down for May 4th, Star Wars Day. According to StarWars.com, one of the first mentions of the date came back in 1979 from an unlikely source, newly elected British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. After her historic win to become the UK's first female Prime Minister, her supporters took out an ad in a newspaper saying, "May the 4th be with you, Maggie." Congratulations.
All right, and may the 4th be with you today. Have a good one out there. 6:55 is our time on WKYT this morning. We are working right now to gather more details about this carjacking overnight in Lexington. Police have been at 2 different locations involved with that, and we're continuing to get more updates. We are on top of the major developments, of course, in the presidential race. Ted Cruz has dropped out, and Donald Trump is now being called the presumptive Republican nominee. And Democrat Bernie Sanders is fighting on after an upset win over frontrunner Hillary Clinton in Indiana. Sanders will campaign in Lexington today. You'll see coverage on air and online. You'll also find our coverage of Bill Clinton's swing through Lexington, where the former president campaigned for his wife Hillary and also took some pictures with Coach Cal and others while he was on UK's campus. We have the story up about 50 Cent apologizing for degrading remarks he made about an airport worker who has challenges at the Northern Kentucky International Airport. The family says it has accepted his apology. On Kentucky.com, more details revealed in some affidavits now public about the case of former Personnel Secretary Tim Longmire, who pled guilty to bribery charges. A federal agent says illegal donations went to Andy Bashir and Jack Conway, but there is no evidence they knew anything about it. As Derby Week rolls on, it's the Great Steamboat Race in Louisville today. You can check out the Kentucky Derby Festival site for that. CBS This Morning on the way shortly with your eye opener. Of course, we'll have local updates. Join us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram. And for the latest, WKYT.com.
Now through noontime, there is a small chance of rain, but the bulk of the rain sights through later on today, 9 a.m. to about noontime for the northwestern zones. Then Frankfort to Lexington, north, and then down toward the Cumberland region, noon to 3 p.m., 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., down toward the southeast, guys.
All right. Know your turn in line, right? On that
right.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, nobody's more up to date than you. Thank you for being with WKYT This Morning.
CBS This Morning is next. Have a great day.